Yeah, I will play a video of RareMind.
Management consulting and career management firm. We are providers of the employment learning program for graduating students from colleges to cater to the needs of different industries, promising skill gaps and innovative skills. At the end of the program, more range intervenes for students to help start careers. We help you to improve our professional skills to achieve your goals. We are also providing industry-specific courses which will advance your knowledge and give you practical experience. We are providing private trainings as well. Join our webinar skills subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest videos. Look at the channel link in the video description. We are happy to help you.
Good afternoon, guys, once again, for all my lovely students and the mentor as well as. I welcome everyone. Group discussion is an important tool in the selection process of freshers. Each group contains 6 to 10 candidates. Each group is given a topic for the discussion. The time limit for each topic is 15 minutes. Each participant has to give his or her views about the topic discussion. The mentor observe the full discussion and partner with corporates for talent acquisition. During COVID-19, the platform Gold, that is group online discussion. Gold is a platform available for students every day from 3 to 5 practice group discussion skills for free. Under Dr. Subhashini Kamasani, I go to debates, experience CXO and advisory roles for startups. A doctorate in education and focus as a leader in on. I'm so sorry, my network has some issues. Gold is one such platform made for students an opportunity to empower. Today, we have a mentor on board with us, Mr. Vishwanath Ishwaran is an engineering graduate with HR specialization and certified Six Sigma Green Belt holder from Indian Statistical Institute. So he has got 18 plus years of experience at end-to-end HR services from talent acquisition, employee relation, compensation and benefits. He has worked with several companies like Hinduja, CSS Crop, Sutherland. Currently, he is heading strategic and operational HR services for Spiridian Technologies. So I would welcome Mr. Ishwaran once again. Venkateshan Vishwanathan Ishwaran. Sorry. Sir, are you there?
Yeah, very good. Thanks a lot, Maria, for the introduction.
Could you please share a few words with the students, sir?
It has been a bit of a tough job of listening to. It's easy to talk. I mean, with the brimming students, exposure and the mindset today. there is no scarcity for the talent, right? My job is going to be much more difficult because for the next 1.5 to 2 years, 2 hours, I have to listen to the entire conversation and jot down, because it is not the depth of the talent, it is about how students are going to present it as what is going to decide the factor of life. For that matter, not only to students, everybody, right? It is that we know everything. What determines us is how do we articulate the thoughts or the knowledge that we have got into a presentable ideas, into an actionable items, honestly determines our scalability. So looking from that perspective, I'm 100% sure that each one of us are unique, uh, with every individual being no exception to it, right? With that, I wish all the participants, students, everybody a good luck, and I will try to do whatever I could do as a part of this with my so-called knowledge or so-called processed information. Thanks a lot for this opportunity.
Thank you,
My hearty
Vishwanath.
thanks.
I'm so sorry, Vishwanath. Your voice is not very audible. There is some thing between it's breaking. So it is not very feasible. The voice pitches are.
Yes.
Otherwise, okay.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, better. We would see the next when you speak. I would give you that update whether it's good or not. So now, as of now, it's fine. So what the students, some of the skills the students will learn are managing stress, improving communications, presentation, public speaking. It's opportunity to show your leadership skills, showcase your natural interest to take initiative, brings group together. So I request all my lovely students to turn on your videos and unmute yourself, and you can introduce yourself as well. Happy participation, happy learning, good luck. So I would request our participants to introduce yourself, please.
Hello, my name is Aarti. I'm from Delhi and I'm currently pursuing my BTech final year from IP University and in computer science branch. And I'm really looking forward to this group discussion because I learn something every day from it, and I get to an opportunity and a platform to express my views. And thanks a lot, Maria ma'am and Naseema sir, for everything. It really means a lot to me. Thank you.
Welcome, Aarti.
Hi, this is Supriya.
Hi,
Yes, Payal.
hi everyone. My name is Payal Tiwari. I'm doing MBA in AM Business School. Thank you.
Welcome, Payal.
Hi, this is Supriya from Padmavati University. I'm looking forward for this discussion to showcase myself. Thank you.
Welcome, Supraja. Vishwanath. I hope, sorry, not Vishwanath. Other participants?
Hi, this is Amok Jha from HMRITM Delhi.
Hi, Amok. Welcome.
Yep.
All right. We would go ahead with the first topic as already the topic is given for you guys. The first topic would be work from home, pros and cons. It's work from home, pros and cons. So your time starts now. It's 3:10, 15 minutes from here. Guys, happy participation. All the best.
I would like to start by saying that with the advent of technology, a lot of things have come to us, and it's not it's come to us in a beneficial manner. And one work from home is one such tool through which employees could work from home, and instead of going to their office and traveling a lot of distance every day, because some places are really far away from some offices are really far away from our houses, and it gets really tense and really tiring. So work from home gives you the time to relax, to balance your personal life, work your personal life at home and that of your office. And it also helps you to release your stress, and hence increase your creativity. because people who are very much tired and very much stressed out, they are not able to find something creative and give better outputs. So yes, it's a great initiative. Also there are a lot of things like even the company benefits from it, because when the employees are working from home, then because of the lack of employees, they can actually save the transportation fees that they have to pay, they have to give to the employees for coming from their homes and all. And also they could save electricity and water supplies. So it's very much beneficial, and all the resources that the company has to spend on actually running the company are reduced in some manners. So not just for the employees but also for the employers, it's a great initiative. And we could proudly say that this, yes, the technology is helping us very much in a positive manner here in terms of work from home. Thank you.
To add a few points to Archie, I wanted to say about even the cons. But we know that the IT offices, like any of the corporate offices, were not in the same area where they live. They get the jobs in the other cities or even other states too. So for them, they actually miss their family. So it will be a great benefit for them. And on the other side, when they are in the home with all of the family members, every family member would have a small feeling that they could enjoy with the person who are working from home will enjoy with us. They lack with some they lack some of the feelings, or there is that they don't have enough of time to spend with their family even they are working from home. When you categorize them, yeah, that will be okay, they get the time. But there are even a pros and also cons, like when they are alone, they would miss them. And when they were in the home, they would even miss, like they don't have a time to spend with the family.
To add a few more points to the discussion, I think work from home can cut out many things, as it saves the time from going from location. Uh, so it saves the time from going from location A to B, but also to discuss about the negative paradigms of it. The number of hours employees spend on uh, is not
I'm
limited to
so
the
sorry, Amok, to interrupt in between. Is it a call which is you're getting it? Please keep it in the mute, your phones or whatever it is, because it is giving a lot of disturbance to you
it's
to
not
talk.
coming from my side, I guess.
Okay, please mute that phone now. In that case, please. It would be appreciated. Because you are also getting disturbed in between, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the voice is not coming from my side only.
Oh, it's not
There
coming
is
from your side.
there was some other device that's connected like 1 or 2 minutes ago, and it was it has the same name as Amog. So I think someone was pranking
Yeah,
them or
that is the
something.
reason I thought it's Amog. All right.
Yeah.
Anyhow, whoever is in the call, please try to mute yourself. When you're talking, you can just unmute it.
Ma'am,
Thank
he
you.
has, I think that
Amog,
person has
please
exited.
continue. Amog, I'm sorry to interrupt in between.
Yes, ma'am. So I was saying that the time constraint is not there. There are no deadlines as such, because if a working professional, he has to do work in a certain time slots, which is not there in work from home. So the employee may get very exhausted to complete the work, because time constraint is not there. He has to do the work before the deadlines arrive. So that's what I want to say.
Anybody else?
Okay. So even though there are a lot of benefits of this technology and working from home and everything, but then again there are certain things that the companies and the employees have to coordinate and work on. Like sometimes when you are sitting and trying to focus on work, you because of the various sites, social media and everything, you get distracted. And it takes a lot of time because these social media accounts, they are very addicting. So it takes a lot of time, and you actually divert from what is the requirement, what the company has given you the target of, and you start doing something else. And that leads to at the end of the day, when you have to complete the target, it gets very very pressurizing and very stressful. And it leads to a lack of creativity, and because you have to complete it in a very limited amount of time. So this is one drawback that is that working from home gives us. So we should try to on our part, we should try to limit the use of other sites, and try to focus more on the work that we are trying to do, and help not just ourselves but also the company in succeeding and giving our outputs. Thank you.
I agree with you, Archie, but I have a small doubt. Is that like when you do with your friends, when you work with your friends, you have a coordination, and you have a communication with them. You literally have a good conversation. Think about it, make it more creative than uh, when you do in with some others. I mean, like when you're in a group, then you share the views, you get to know what's right, what's wrong, and what's a more correct one to take the step. So in that case, it's a drawback. In the other case, it's also advantage when you be with like colleagues. Do you get my point?
Yes, you're trying to say that when we are working at home, we are alone, and discuss the discussion. That discussion is lacking behind.
Yeah.
But I have seen one of my friends. She is actually interning, but it's a work from home thing. So what she does is she has side by side conferences and calls that are going on whenever they have that particular doubt. They actually after 1 or 2 hours, they have this continuous routine where they have to have a video discussion, and they discuss on their parts that they have done this particular thing, and the others have to do this. Because even in our college, when we make projects, and my minor project and major project, it we tend to discuss these things in this particular manner only, that okay, this person has done this much thing, so it's all about coordination though. So I think that coordination have to work, because at the end you can't get everything from working from home. There are certain things that you will have to compensate and go on with. So yes, that's it.
Yeah, okay. I agree with you. You have a good point, like the conference call. So I completely agree with you for that. Apart from that, we get distracted with the family environment which is around us. If you have a kids, or it's like a thing that kids around, or any of the kind of disturbance, we just get distracted even in the homes.
That, but we get to spend time with our family, no? So at the end, it's very much beneficial. I think that personally, you get some time with the family, because working for any private firm, it's a bit stressful. You have to travel a lot of distance sometimes. Like if I'm living in Delhi, then all the offices, software companies are based in Noida, and I have to travel like 1.5 hour every day, like two times a day, and it gets really stressful. So you can spare that time and use it to complete the task, because the task is still the same, and you are actually able to manage that time of traveling and everything. So, and even the lunch break. So yes, it's a lot of time that you could efficiently manage, and give a particular output to the company as well. So I think
Yeah,
it's good.
yeah, exactly. Coming to that point, then we reduce the pollution. We don't even buy the petrol or diesel, which is costing high now.
Exactly. So it's good.
I also think that there is no exact or certain demarcation point between the work from home culture and the professional culture, because as Archie said that you might get distracted from your family and when you're working. So at the same time, if you are working, there's no one to disturb you. You are in your professional zone, and after the certain number of hours, you go to home and you visit your family, and the personal family time is different to the time you are spending working. So it gets mixed up sometime in work from home culture. So I think this is a very big drawback for.
That's the boundary that we have to set, actually managing the time. That's very important because the company is making some efforts to actually help you from in working from home, and then it's your dedication, and you have to you stop being selfish, and try to stay strong and focused on what the work they have provided you, because at the end it's something that is beneficial to you as well as the company. So sometimes you have to do certain things that will help the company as well, because at the end it's both of us that will be benefiting from it. Thank you.
Anybody else for this topic? All right. I hope as of now, Archie, Supraja, and Amog, these three are the participants who have spoken on this topic. I would request Mr. Vishwanath to give a feedback on this three. Payal, you wanted to speak?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Payal, we have 2 more
Thank-
minutes. Okay, go ahead, Payal.
Thank you, ma'am. So, according to me, pros of working from home, we have flexibility to take care of appointments and elans, and there are fear. I mean to say, like, there's no commute time of experience. Then, according to me, cons of working from home, there's no physical between work and time. Like, I mean to say, hello, may I audible?
Yeah, Payal, you're very much audible. Go ahead, please. Payal, you are audible.
Hello.
Yes, Payal, you are audible, dear. You can continue. Payal? Payal, am I audible to you? I hope Payal has some network issue.
Cross.
Payal, you can continue the next topic, Payal. Vishwanath, I would request you to give the feedback on these three students who have participated till now. That is Archie, Amok, and
Right.
Supraja.
Okay. So first of all, am I good to talk?
Yeah, please.
Right. For the right, for the want of audio and the bandwidth, I'm putting my video off.
Yes, Vishwanath, that's okay. You can just give us the feedback. We understand.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, very much you are audible.
Okay, excellent.
You're
So
audible.
for the want of bandwidth, I'm turning off my video. Right.
All right.
Okay.
No worries.
First of all, thanks for all the participation. Kindly accept my apologies because at some point in time I felt I was unable to hear who was talking on what point. Okay, because of the lot of voice layovers, I could see Archie talking, and then I could see at the same time Amog was also and trying to comprehend some of his data. So I may not be as accurate at this point in time, if at all, but I have jotted down to so-called whatever I have heard, because the listening systems, right? Again, the challenges in terms of connecting remote and then carrying out such a kind of
group discussion, you have to have your two of your hearing systems to be concentrated to hear to one person, unlike you can have a visual on the other person. But whatever I could do, I will try to give it. Going by, I have noted down 3 people: Amog, Archie, Supraja, who have been a high participating people. People talked about in terms of the creativeness, how creative that the my feedback here is going to be generic. It's not going to be evaluation, but some of the pointers, whatever I have captured, I'm going to share it here. People talked about trying to be creative in this current pandemic time, how far this work from home have enabled through technology or tool as a mean to ensure that the productivity or the learning or whatever it takes for us to continue. At times, yes, somebody quoted, which is a real good situation today, because I could see a lot of memes, a lot of short videos coming in, which talks about the adverse or the adverse effect of work from home. Somebody starts their day as early as 9 o'clock just because there is no travel which is happening for them to commute. People also touch based on travel. People also touched on the Delhi to Noida as a distance factor, right? Whatever it is, you don't have to travel. Correct, agreed. There is no requirement for you to get up so early in the morning. You can be as relaxed depending on the load, depending on the region that you connect with. Those are all well said and taken. Some of the stress points were also highlighted by people. I guess it was Amog or 1 minute. Yes, it is Amog or some Supraja or Payal. I couldn't get the names, but yeah, we talked about how it is affecting the work-life balance and the family life. In fact, I was also talking on the same lines with a couple of my friends, and they have also been started. When I asked some of them, hey, how does your work go? Good, right? I get a mixed response. For some of them, it's highly productive. And for some of them, it's more of a horrible, because they have to take care of their personal stuffs, and they have their own children, their grandparents, their parents are all coming, and then somebody peeping in, which may be a little bit of distraction there. And on the other side, yes, as long as can I create a office environment set up at home? Possible, not possible. But understand that's why we call it as a home, right? It's more of a love, care, and affection. That's what is coming in. So that stress point, it's also rightly mentioned, and the time taken for completion, task completion. And that's one of the beauty that somebody talked about. Irrespective of whether I am connected from home or whether I am connected from office, right? What's in it for me to complete the task? What does it take, right, to complete the task? And more collaborative, more coordination work is required in the current pandemic. For example, what I can go walk across somebody's desk and get job done may not be possible in today's. That is where all our innovation or creativeness comes in. Or you may end up calling some person 10 times. We don't know what the other person is holding on with, or what the other person is putting their job with. We are unaware of that, right? Somebody may have an emergency, and with this current situation, few centers having lockdown, few centers having curfew, few centers having people visiting corporation or vegetable wala, somebody has to go, and then until 11 o'clock the shop is going to be open. That also becomes a challenge for the current employers, as well current employees of the organization, as well as from the students. Somebody talked about it. And distraction at work, it's prone. Can I mitigate it? Can I challenge it? Yes, there is always a possibility. Even today, this minute, I have locked myself in a room wherein I don't want to get myself disturbed, right? So I have already told my parents, I have already told my kids, for the next 2 hours, do not knock my door. Amen. It's possible, right? How long will I be? And people are asking, my kid was asking, do you still have office work today? I said, it's not an office work. End of the day, this is a different assignment. But assignments remains, whether you do it for your friend, whether you do it for your family, whether you do it as a corporate social responsibility to anybody, that time, the devotion has to be taken place. This is my summary. Once again, I beg apologies that I couldn't name people by points and instance. I have taken some of these discussion pointers, and then I'm trying to articulate and put it on the surface level. Probably in the upcoming next session, I can be as attentive as possible. I can be trying to jot down. One request, Maria, to you, if this can be moderated across the students by asking them to present some of their few pointers, and then somebody can raise hand, because we have the raising hand facility or feature, and that would help me in terms of noting down who is talking on what. Probably it's just a suggestion. I leave that to you. How you
All right.
can do well that moderation. Thanks a lot, Maria.
Sure. Thank you so much, Vishwanath. Thank you so much. Guys, as the input is already given, the feedback is given. So participants can raise their hand so that I can address their names, so that he would capture the names and he can give the feedback properly on the particular participants. So appreciate your support on the same, my students. So from here, we would go ahead with the second topic, that is technology is making us less human? Is technology is making us less human? So there are pointers which is given as well as. So your time starts now, 3:32 from your 15 minutes.
So this side actually, I would start by saying that as the topic says that it's making us less human. So the main factor that arises because of the technology is that even though it has helped us in a lot of ways, like a gazillion ways that we could think of, and it would be an understatement to say that technology is very helpful and it's supporting, but at the same time it's affecting our moral values, the values that we have learned for so many years, and it's changing that thinking, because now for example, for instance, whenever we are traveling and we see someone actually suffering, or might have had an accident, and most of the people there are they're standing there and making videos and recording them it, and going live and sharing it everywhere. It's it's so inhuman, and it leads to that showcasing that yes, the humanity is depriving every day just because of for a few followers, a few likes, you are falling to such low levels, and it's really disturbing. So yes, it's one of the various many examples that yes, humanity is actually depleting. Secondly, because of the technology, we are most of the people that were actually they were able to have the guts to say something that they felt bad about someone in on their face, on by contacting them, they are actually trolling them indirectly by making prank calls and various other things, and cyberbullying, and posting their certain memes about them. So it gets really disturbing, and most of people today are scared because of all this. They are scared that the certain things that they might do might lead to they're trolling everywhere, people might laugh on them, and most of the kids these days, you're scared to go to colleges and schools because they fear that they might be bullied, cyberbullying, because their peers might feel that they're not good enough, they don't match the same level as them. So it's disturbing, and it needs to be stopped. We need to check our mentality and our humanity every day, and whenever we do something, whenever we post something online about someone else, we should check and have that one thought in our mind, that if someone would have posted it for us, for of our doing, would it be acceptable to us? How would we feel? So that's what matters, because whatever you do, you should always just put yourself in their shoes and check whether how would you feel about it. And that's that check, when we start checking those things on every step of our life, it actually then we could say that no, technology is not taking our humanity from us, and that step matters. So that's it. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, Payal.
Yeah, sorry for that was some issue network.
No worries, Payal. You can continue.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. So according to me, yes, technology is making us feel less human. If we are increasing depending on technology device to guide us. For example, we keep reminder in smartphones and Google the questions for answers. So we are outsourcing the activities that require intelligence to technology. Uh, Thinking, remembering things, and analyzing are the instincts depends on technology, it's making us less human. Face-to-face communication is also affecting. Many people are now living in virtual homes, which is the smartphone has the need of talking with each other is reducing the ability of communicate with each other, which is the basic quality of living beings in.
Are you done, Payal?
May I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Thank you. So our decision making skills also getting affected as we are now asking search engines to know what is the best to read other solution. We are depending on the knowledge base of the internet even at office to finish the work at hand. So yeah, that's what I want to tell. Thank you.
Hi, this is Supraja. I don't agree with the points like yes or no. It's a standard thing which is dependent on a person to person. Because when we limit ourselves with the phones and like technology, when you limit ourselves, we will get to know. I mean, like we will not be the addicted persons, or the technology may not take us on it. Because I will go with a small story. It's like a story that a girl was gifted with a new phone. Then after the phone was in her hands, she left all the things over. She was addicted to YouTube, social media like Facebook and even TikToks and a lot more. She was affected badly with in making her relationship. So she was like she is the person who should be like a mother to a brother, and even like a good daughter. She have some responsibilities. She didn't work all it well with the phone. It's not a same thing for the for others. When we limit ourselves to not get addicted, to not get or like I do have a phone but I won't be addicted because I limit myself. This is a thing which depends from a person to person. One advantage and one disadvantage is there. When you have a long distance relationship, like I'm a student from a far city from my own city. So my mother and father would be on my call every time, and like they will be helping me in any kind of situation it is. If I really miss them, I make a video call. This is all because of technology. It doesn't make me feel so low when I'm in a far place. It gains me as like it pushes me up. It's a thing that I didn't get addicted to it. So one thing, that's the positive thing, that it is making the relationship stronger. And another thing is that when we have to be a person, like we have to be straightforward and face to face reactions. This is lacking, and they, as Archie was mentioning, that they are just being trolled. It's like a society like that. It affects the society. Like when we have a face to face talk, then that would be like a small thing between you and I mean like you and the opposite person. When you troll a person when it is in the social media, how bad it is. Like it just affects the pride of a person. So it's the main thing. So the technology, I finally wanted to make the sentence like the technology is neither making us less human nor making us a human too. It's a being a person's thing to categorize or to limit the priorities they have.
Anybody else?
Ma'am, myself, ma'am.
Swati?
Yes, ma'am.
Please, Swati. Go ahead.
According to me, no, technology is not making us less human. Using technology, people are maintaining and improving relationship with their friends, family, and relatives. Many people are also connecting with each other to help the needy and to inspire each other. So now we have better tools to build human connection. Technology is enabling us to work from home. This facilities is helping employees to be more understanding towards employees. Many companies are now adding elements to work culture with the help of technology to make employees feel important. I like to share some points to it by imagination. If we add if because of this technology improvement, if I miss the phone in any situation where we have the many documents and phone number details of our friends and IS superiority we have in that, but in the moment in any accident we miss the phone, we don't able to recollect the members phone numbers as well as the files document, all are missed in that moment. So I think that because of this technology we can't is not making us less human. Yeah, thank you.
I would just like to, conclude by giving a particular example. So earlier, when in our times when we used to study, and teachers used to give us certain assignments, we used to actually, to answer those questions, we used to search the books, and in searching the books for that particular answer, we used to learn some various other things about, about that particular topic, and it was actually, quite, quite helpful and informative. But nowadays, even my brother, whenever he's given assignment, what he does is he starts by searching the internet. He types the question, it gives the particular exact answer, and he copies it down, jots it down. And in that process, even though the children are technologically advanced, they don't get to learn something new. It's just the point, and the importance of those assignments, the motive why the teachers used to give those assignments, it's going all in vain. So I think that even though technology has helped us a lot, and even in e-learning, various e-learning platforms, the that basic knowledge, that discipline of education is going down, and it needs to be it's actually the the concept that actually matters, and the students should try to be honest with themselves, and try to learn something apart from just digging into the internet every time for us and searching for answers. They should try to find it into their books or by asking people around, because at the end, when you try to find something in the past to find that particular thing, you learn a lot of things. It's the experience that matters, and with internet, I think that experience is going down. That's it.
Thank you, Archie. I hope the time for this topic is completed. I would request Mr. Vishwanath to give the inputs on the students who have participated, Swati, Archie, as well Supraja, who has been
Right.
participating for this topic.
Okay. So let me summarize. If there is a fluctuation in my bandwidth, I'll turn off the video, but I'll try to be on video. Give me a minute. Archie talked about inhuman behavior depriving followers because of the rise in technology. Again, see, let's understand, we agree to disagree. I'm not the end of the world. Even all of us, will be falling a kind of a prey to technological innovation, which keeps changing, right? It is just my view, my thought in the current context. Technology may take up a bigger shape tomorrow because technology is growing every day and things are getting obsolete, be it is of hardware, software, or firmware today, right? Whatever we talked about artificial intelligence a few days, last year, I guess, the chatbots started fighting with each other. That is some of the devastation that we could see when two chatbots started fighting with each other because everyone is trying to superimpose their own learnings or thoughts on each other, right? That can be as dangerous as possible. We have seen a lot of movies wherein robots are not following the commands or the instructions of the creator or the owners. We have seen enough number of movies, right, from Ravan to Rajnikant's movie, whatnot, right? So those are all the technological innovation. Everything will start with a good note, or everything starts with a good intention. To start with, even the nuclear testing, right? Nobody thought that the atomic bomb is going to be bringing a lot of devastation to to the nations. We know that Hiroshima and Nagasaki is a real-time example. It's again a technological boom, I would say, and it has created a boom for a country, right? So going back, yes, the technology have definitely transformed the human life from where it was to where it is, right? People are scared about trolling, all right? True. Even I know that this YouTube live, right? Somebody may talk about this one session. What did you talk about? Probably you could have talked better. That is one way of coming suggestions. Or the other way is, there were a lot of intermittent videos that could have been. So it is, see, a right to criticize is one of the constitutional rights, right? People will continue to criticize. And there are going to be memes, there are going to be trolls, which may pull somebody down or which may even make people to be much more stronger, right? Cyberbullying, Archie, you talked about really well, right? And more we grow on terms when the security systems are not, most of the time the security systems are getting breached. Today we think this is a security, but security systems or firewalls are getting breached. And today that is where the learning is also coming in terms of ethical hacking. People teach you how to, it is like you learning a self-defense, not to hit people, to safeguard ourselves. These are all beautiful points that you have really put in, Agarashi. That's very nice. And we will while they talked about quality of living, how the technology have put it across. When I say quality of living, in everything, it can be right from the invention of your electricity, that's where it comes in from, and then how it has helped household utilities, and then saving people time. Very, very important, right? Each one of us are bestowed with 24 hours of time on this planet Earth. How people can optimize their time for their betterment and success. Successful people, I've always heard the saying, successful people always handles time, and then they take care of the people. So the quality of living in terms of technological aided missions have definitely improved. I'm a part of, I have subscribed to Cult package, right? Cult has also started teaching people online yoga, online therapy. We have also conducted a couple of online yoga sessions through WebEx and same Zoom call we have enabled. But this quality of living, in my opinion, the flip side or the hand side, I would put it across, the quality of living doesn't mean that we wash clothes from hands to washing machines are being used. I'm just taking a very small basic analogy that we do. The quality of living talked about our hygiene system. The quality of living should touch base on our physical health, our mental health, right? Very, very important. So am I not getting disturbed? Am I giving complete my undedicated attention, or am I giving whatever I do? See that, and people like Supraja talked about, there is nothing called right or wrong. There is nothing called this is yes or no. It's all about your power, right? Like Swami Vivekananda said, all powers are within you, and you can decide what you need to do. And the limitation, right? As long as you don't get distracted or disturbed by the upcoming social medias or upcoming or anything, right? Whenever you are attentive on the class, I don't know how many of the people can be looking at the WhatsApp now or Facebook now. They may even post this video, they may even give likes or not, but am I giving due attention to whatever the work and effort that I carry out? I'm a strong believer of investing in oneself. My time is completely one of my personal philosophy. So if that touches on that kind of a quality of thing, we are there, and the quality of life. And then whenever you do all these as a part of the brainstorming sessions or a debate or in terms of this kind of a group discussion, it's always good to hear a story. So Supraja started off with a story wherein a girl is gifted with a new phone, right? And then at times we feel addicted to the technology. I don't think and most of us are addicted to the technology. It should be the usage of application driven by the technology. Are we getting addicted by the usage of tools? This is again the question that we need to have. Troll and social media, irrespective, yes, the memes, trolls. How do we overcome it? The mindset of the people should change. So that also talks about inhuman behavior towards that is being exhibited towards something or someone, right? And a lot of videos, right? When somebody is drowning and somebody is while yes, reporting abuses or reporting some unwelcomeable act through recordings or through evidences, those are all welcomeable. But today it's all about recording something or taking a videograph, or in terms of you have your sessions, quite dangerous sessions. People take a video, they are passing through, jumping through the railway tracks. Those are all something which is unwelcomeable. Definitely not necessarily that, because it is costing somebody's life, right? Supraja did touch base on that, but she could have been a little bit elaborative there. And Swati talked about technology has definitely enabled work from home. This helps in understanding and so on. Definitely, these are all the tools, right? Whatever you are using it, be it as a technology is just a tool, but how far the technology have made people human, nobody talked about it. And what were the distractive mechanisms, or what were the distractive means wherein it has to be controlled? And someone touched based on that, you have to limit or get it controlled. As long as anything is controlled, yes, even the intake of the food will be serving as a medicine as long as you have a guided or an prescribed intake. Otherwise it becomes an poison. That is where the old school of thought is. Anything that is too much of anything is good for nothing, right? Be it as a technology, be it as a love, be it as a care, or whatever it is. But it has to be currently provided. But the inhumanity of the nature, it is all to do with a mindset, right? As long as I have a guided mindset, I have an enlightened approach towards the well-being of the society, well-being of my fellow members, kids and kids, technology will definitely come in as a kind of enabler. Technology is going to be our catalyst, which will propel this globe into a better place to work or a better place to live in harmony, is what my take. Again, I would welcome people participation or feedback, if at all anything that to be shared. Thanks a lot, Mary.
Thank you, Vishwanath. Guys, we would go ahead with the last topic. Sorry, not the last topic. The next topic is technology making, sorry. How can India become a superpower? So your time starts now. Guys, you can start. Your topic is given here. The pointers are given here. You guys can start.
For any
So-
country, you go on. Yes, sir.
Thank you. So according to me, obviously I would say India having most world youth population. So India has a lot of potential to become superpower due to its youth population. If India gets its youth to cohens opportunity to show their potential, it can lead our nation in every field. I think we should development of Indian youth generation. It can bring only big changement in country. Um the I the problem arises here when the talent of India goes to abroad and find opportunity there, whether we talk about NASA or many many companies. They feel lack of resource in India. Education is one of the main problem. If anyone gets opportunity of goods and most importantly particular education, rather than they they have will understand that situation of the country and will contribute to the nation according its source. India is India is known for its agriculture, but there's no increment of agriculture sector. Farmers are not even paid properly. There are number of issue in India right now, and the solution there are many issues in India right now, and the solution also. Uh, there's a need of good planning and mainly executing the implementation.
Hi, this side Archie. First of all, before everyone is talking about, superpowers and everything, but, we have this mentality in our mind that superpower is something who is, whenever we think of superpower, that thing that comes in our mind is America or, Great Britain or something like that. But we actually don't have that concept. We want to become like these countries, but we won't, we don't know what are the factors that make them the superpower. So I would like to, bring up on the light on these factors. Firstly, there are certain factors like economy of that particular country, the military of that country, technology, the environmental focus that they have on, controlling pollution and everything, the diplomacy of that country, and how much power influence that they have, and their cultural strength. There are certain factors that actually lead to making a country a superpower. And let's start by something positive. Yes, after the Modi government, India has progressed a lot, like a lot in terms of diplomacy, because a lot of countries are together, are ready to stand and stand and support India in any kind of conditions. And it's all because of Mr. Narendra Modi's initiative. And the diplomacy of our country has increased. So yes, we have achieved one of the milestones, but there are certain a lot of things that need to be worked upon. Like, let's take the example of India's economy. As compared to the world powers, our economy is still lagging behind, and it's it's all, there are certain factors that need to be improved in order to ensure that our economy rises. Like, as my friend earlier mentioned, that the agriculture system is even though we are called the country of agriculture, and our economy is based mostly on agriculture, we have got that tag, and we are not working any harder and any further to improve that tag, and to help those people who are actually giving us that tag. We should try to pay them proper wages, like my friend said. Also, we should try to enhance the levels of agriculture, and beat irrigation, the technology that is used. Secondly, we need to focus on manufacturing. The manufacturing in India is very low, although the Make in India initiative is in full boom, and people are trying to bring these technologies to India, and actually start making them in India and selling them to the other countries. But 99% of India's defense system technologies are actually imported from other countries. And this is one of the major points that needs to be handled properly, because most of the superpowers, they actually make the technologies in their own country, and they export them, and that's how they generate the revenue. So in order to generate those revenues, we need to actually start building these technologies in our own country. It's very important. And thirdly, one of the issues that also arises, even though we are trying to excel in everything, the environmental issues still needs to work upon. Like, a lot of countries have their own towers, and that purify the air. And they try to work very hard. Even the people there are trying to clean the rivers and lakes, because I read that there is a river that is in Britain that was very dirty, like very much polluted, and the people there, they got together, and it's clean, as it's very clean now. It's actually drinkable. So the people in India, instead of trying to rely every time on the government, and saying that the government should do something like this, like that, to make India a superpower, we should realize that the people there have actually contributed a lot to make them a superpower. And it's not the politicians and the prime minister that makes the country, it's the people that make the country. And as people, we have to start taking initiatives, and come forward and make take small steps, like cleaning our environment. And like the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, it's a great initiative, but not it's not the responsibility of the politicians to go on the roads and clean everything. It's our responsibility. Whenever we see something that is the roads are dirty, we should sometimes take the initiative and clean it. We should try to take it as an honor to do something for our country, instead of thinking that, oh, this is the work of someone like the cleanness people or the helpers. And we should try to take the initiatives and do something. And I think that if we take certain steps, then it won't be a very it won't be a very fast step. And we realize that, oh, we are cleaning the country and we are doing everything on our part, so the very next year our country should become a superpower. No, it doesn't happen like that. It takes a lot of time. And if we start doing certain things the right way, then I could confidently say that within by 2030, 2030 and 2040, our country will be able to become a superpower. And some of our people might be not there to see it, but their aim would be achieved. And that's what matters. Thank you.
Hello. Hello, could you hear me? This is Subhash
Yes,
here.
Venkat, please.
Yeah, this is Subhash here. I could
Subhash,
add up.
from which college you are?
I am from Amrita College, Bangalore.
No, Subhash, your voice is very low. Can you be a little louder?
One second. Hello. Yes.
Yes,
Could you
Subhash.
hear me now?
Yeah, better.
Yeah, I am from Amrita College, Bangalore. Yeah.
Amruta College.
Yes, yes.
All right. Please go ahead,
Yeah.
Subhash.
I want to add upon some points to Payal, who had talked about the youth percentage in India. Yeah, it's right, because uh, there's a talk that youth is really going in a bad way in India. If we increase the youth strength, there's a really great advantage to India. But the thing is, um, where this youth strength is all going into vain. Uh, like, there's a myth saying that our education system is wrong, or our system is wrong. But the thing is, the management who is making out this system, or managing this system, has the fault. Like, the Indian education system is really great, because there's so much subject in the curriculum we have, or the subjects we have, but the management who is managing this thing is really not that great. So we should choose we should make the youth choose a right path, so that they could do better. Thank you.
Guys, anybody else to continue on this topic? We have 5 more minutes. Hello. I can see Shiva Prakash, Pavitra, who are in mute. Can you introduce yourself, Pavitra and Shiva Prakash? Guys, if you're not participating, at least you can introduce yourself. From which college? All right, I would request Mr. Vishwanath to give the input on the students on the same.
Yeah. As usual, it is going to be Payal. Sorry, it's going to be Archie who did try to cover the or try to touch base on the government initiatives of our country becoming a superpower. Again, even if you ask me to answer this question, what it would take for a country like India to become superpower, I'm not a strategist or I cannot devise, but I can put a thought on what I feel for any country to become a superpower, right? And in what way country like us have an edge, or and what are the things that we could definitely capitalize on, right? Excellent. So first and foremost thing about Bharat, the India, is the people nature and the history, and as per the country have never invaded anybody. The beautiful, and we have succumbed to invasions. That's a different story. We have seen that. We have achieved freedom. Those are all fine. But did we invade anybody? No. If you go down south, right from Chola Kingdom, they have spread across all the South Asian countries like Java, Sumatra, Borneo, Indonesia. If you see Cambodia temple, right, it's all built by the Indian architect, right? So that plays very, very high beauty about an India. Will that become a superpower? So I'm not touching that point now. But will that give us an edge? Yes, the culture and the tradition of this country is amazing, believe me. While we may have a separate topic or debate whether the cultures or things are getting deteriorated, that's absolutely second thought. But you look at people getting unified in the name of functions, people getting unified in the name of festivals, right? To drive and to drive that initiative to become a munition. That's amazing. That's one of the USPs of the countries. Again, each and every country have their own. But when we talk about India becoming a superpower, yes. Again, I come from I'm from Tamil Nadu. I've raised up and brought up in a city called Madurai, and there is a place called Shivakasi next to Madurai. Very travel of 1 hour or 1.5 hours rather. If you see there where there is a place wherein you find all your firecrackers, matchbox are all done, right? If you look at the countries like China, why they are competing for the superpower or next to US or Russia or to UK or Germany today, they have got lots and lots of goods produced, manufactured, or their economic has been flourished by their own product, right? The manufacturing sector, it can be. And somebody talked about farming background, right? I guess at this pile. And we all been taught, and that's a fact as well, agriculture is the backbone of Indian economy. And to raise the economy, and government gives loan waiver only to farmers and to agriculture sector, not any other sector. And they also enjoy because they are feeding the entire world, right? Farming has to be, I've seen a couple of my friends who have quit the professions and they have bought acres of land and they have gone back to organic farming, which is a very, very positive trend today. Either they are feeling they are completely taxed by the corporate life, or they could understand the reality of 50 years back how our ancestors were running, because probably a lot of people started realizing that money is not the one which is going to give us the happiness. Because when I talk about this happiness index, it's also very, very important. Scandinavian countries like Norway, Sweden and all measure something called happiness index. We don't have to get into that how they measure, but happiness index is equally important to measure about some of the superpower. Are we living in a country wherein every day there is a chaotic things happening? If not, we are living in a beautiful country. We are living in a good country. And yes, political interventions, there is going to be an opposition. Those are all well said. And that would ensure that the checks and balances are always maintained at an organization level or at an institution level or at a country level. That goes without saying, right? And then second one, if you look at the recent development, I still remember when, under Vajpayee government, when, India tested Pokhran, people celebrated like anything. That was amazing, right? The test gave us a big medal or the badge on its shoulders, right? That's one. The recent achievements in terms of the encroachment, recent government,
கொஞ்சம் வெயி
recent the way that government have
அது வெறும் சுஷ்மா தான் சாப்பிட்டுச்சு, உங்க அப்பா கூட சாப்பிடல, நானும் சாப்பிடல.
the recent way that government have taken measures in terms of the encroachment in terms of our territory. That's again a beautiful step, right? It comes out to the economic, political, strategic power which a country have to invest. These are all something the country must overcome many of the economic factors, social factors, political problem within, otherwise it gets easily invaded. And we got completely divided because of these small kingdoms, or the kings were not unified, and then it's easy for somebody else to third party to come and then destroy us. But as long as we integrate all these things, yes. And most importantly, the tourism plays a very, very important role. How am I exhibiting our cultures and tradition to the rest of the world, right? And you know that India ranks 7th in the tourism GDP contributed by the tourism. So these are all the factors which are completely favoring India to become a superpower, right? And we also have education system. Somebody talked about education system, right? If at all you talk about education system, not now, I should say some 1,000 years back, the education systems were based on the Gurukul. And then the students were taught about every aspects, right? Every aspect. India was one of the, I would say, a country wherein it mastered in every art, right? The wrestling went from India, basically. The chaturang, what you call it as chess game, went from India. It's more of a strategy game. So the country started investing in patronage of arts, science. Nobody could today. People are, it's a wonder, right? When a foreigner comes and lands in places like Hampi, when they go and visit other Dravidian style of temple, Hoysala architecture, they're all amazed, right? How can the tool be as precision? What were the tools that they used to get into a precision level? So what kind of technology these guys have used? Today, where is the question of this art? Where is the question of building sculptures? We have lost. But do I have those remnants? Yes. And a lot of excavation have been going on. Lots and lots, which it tells it's not about Harappa and Mohenjo-daro as a civilization. There are people who are saying that there are other civilizations which are much more backdated, which will talk about the life that has been taken by the people. That is one. And industry, when we talk about industry, India have to talk come out with the more goods, more services. Today, our rendering of services are extremely better, and we have more of the customer mindset, wherein we can compete with the global market in terms of giving software as a service, more of an IT-driven industry, and our qualitative work makes and voice it out for us, right? Some of these points. And the education system starts from there. Today, it may be a system wherein, I'm not blaming every system. Today, it may be a system wherein it's more of a mark focused, but end of the day, this kind of a program will enable, and every organization, every institutions have found out a way to invest in their students to make them understand, make them brainstorm, make them become a think tank, right? That's very, very important. It's not about do what I say, think. If you find that's a good approach, go for it. Go with your convictions. These are all something that we talked about. And some of these, again, population. Today, if you look at India as a population, right? And we are highly populated country. And the beauty of this highly population is we have got much more younger workforce to come in. That gives more of strength in terms of physical, more of the mental strength, more in terms of what can be, what the country can be transformed into a different level, right? Military level, military power, we have talked about this in terms of the current situation. These are all something that I would put it across. Again, it's a too vast subject for me to put quantify everything in the 10 minutes time. If you could pay attention to all these things, and that should help, right? And a lot of enough steps have been taken by the current government in terms of how to rise our nation, and everybody have to. It is not about the government, right? It is about the people. For example, paying tax on time as one of the responsibility of citizen of India. If I start evading tax, then I'm not contributing to India again, right? These are all something that each one of us are equally responsible. I do not have to litter, to make the country clean. So these are all small resolutions that people can take, right? And that by itself will eventually add to a big picture. I've touched base very generic. I'm not going in specific with any of these topics for the want of time and for considering the vast the subject. I guess this helped. Thanks a lot, Maria.
So much. I would appreciate, Vishwanath, if you can give more feedbacks on the participation of the students. As you said, Archie has done best, but other students like Payal or let's say now Subhash who spoke, they would expect their feedbacks as well. So
Right.
that would be great help if you can give their
I could
feedback.
see, will definitely do. First and foremost, please do not take this as a personalized comment or feedback on anybody. Very important. I will give you the rules, right? All of us needs recognition. Is there anybody else in this group who doesn't want a recognition? None of us. Even when we do moving one vessel or utensil from one place to the other place at home, we expect our mom or dad to pat on our shoulders. We have become, the world is common to an instant gratification for anything and everything today. Is it going to be right or wrong? I'm not going to debate. But when you are looking for that kind of a recognition, the first and foremost step for anybody is to participate. Participation is going to be the key. That's okay. Nobody is right. I'm not right either. We are all presenting our views. We are all presenting our opinions. That's absolutely fine. And we are all starting from somewhere it is zero, right? If you ask me, did I start up with so-called experiences today? What I had, it's a matter of aging, right? At some point in time, we have to start. But the point is, to me, non-participation is a kind of a sin or crime because that is not going to equip. Kindly please be participative. That is going to be one of my advice. And it is for everybody. I don't want to, again, Maria, with all liberty, I'm not going to take anybody by name. I'm going to be as generic because I don't want students to be offended. I want to be, not only to be nice, I want to be effective as a part of this discussion as well, right? People have potential. If you look at me, again, a lot of people we have come across, they have inhibition to share in front of the crowd. They have got, what should I be sharing? Sabko ye pata hai. Everybody knows what is what, right? Doesn't matter. Unless you are heard, unless your opinion is heard, you cannot change or I cannot change. Simple, right? Think of situation wherein today you would have discovered your strength. Today you would have been performing better, not only because of the people who would have patted on your back, equally because of people who have pushed you against the walls and you come with a retaliating force to them. That people would have helped you in terms of discovering your innate talent that you have got in you. So that this participation can be one of the eye opener for anything and everything. That's okay. Please be participative, right? Again, listening skills are very important when you talk about we will tend to listen. We can take some of the pointers from the other people. You don't have to agree or disagree. You can articulate your thoughts when you want to be, presenting your ideas, right? It can be completely south. That's absolutely fine, right? That can be completely south. That's equally fine. But please be participative. For example, Subhash started off and then he, ended up the session a little bit of abrupt. And Payal, again, she wanted to communicate. Something is disturbing her or making her not talk, right? Again, that is absolutely fine, Payal. Before starting, take a notepad. You have a system. Nobody stopped you from using Google because I guess you are connected to your phone or to your take that, right? And then because when you talk about facts and figures, we have to be dependent on some other external system. That's not wrong, right? We are not the one who decides everything because this index will continue to vary based on the time. That's absolutely fine. So you can take some of the props to start with initially. And since it is an online session, that is where we talked about technology comes very handy for people. Leverage those technologies so that you can strengthen up your capability. Leverage these technologies wherein you can enable your participation level. Leverage these technologies wherein, we make sense when we talk to people. Right. When somebody is talking, when Payal is talking, if I go through something else which is of no use, then I cannot comprehend what Payal has said. Right. Probably I'm learning a lot of things from you guys. And I would wish people like Shiva Prakash, who have not even spoken once. I wish people like Pavitra can also start talking. Probably may not be
Oh,
this topic. Some
Vishwanath,
other.
sorry to tell you, interrupt in between. They have some mic problems, so they messaged me
Okay.
personally saying that they have that problem. Next time onwards, they will participate.
Sure. Right. Because I was noting down. That's all, Maria. Again, guys, do not take me. It's going to be Vishwanath today. It's going to be somebody else tomorrow. End of the day, it's your life, your career, for which you got to invest. Right.
All
And
right,
each one of us
Vishwanath.
have got a great potential. You just have to tap it on the right side.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your inputs.
Yeah.
I would request the next topic to continue for job with entrepreneurship. The pointers are given here. The topic is also given here in the chat box. Guys, your time starts now from your 15 minutes. Payal, Subhash, guys, please start your conversation.
There are hints also given by Maria on the chat window. You can use those props.
Yeah. Subhash, take initiative, Subhash.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, Subhash.
I hope
Please,
now I
please.
am audible.
Yes, Subhash. You
Yeah.
are.
When comes to job versus entrepreneurship, nowadays the world is like, I'm talking basically upon India. Uh, let's take an example of a graduate, which is my field. All of the students are pushed towards the job after 4 years. Like the society is making them like that. Either it may be a graduate student or anybody. They're seeing age as a factor. We should get rid of the talks by society first. We should make our own way. Like we should go what our soul says. In which way we are happy, we should choose that path, and not about n- not the views of others. Mm, generally, for example, if I take take two persons A and B, uh, both are equally studious and they have completed their graduation. uh, One is completely, what do we say, completely based on others views or society oriented guy, and he takes some sort of job who pays, the company pays him higher wages, uh, and the other guy gets two, but he rejects the job. he wants to he wants to make a way in his own interest, and what he does is he rejects the job and thinks a way of getting or making a new idea what he has in his own field. The person might have been uh, getting a package of nearly 12 lakhs per annum, or uh, roughly like that. What he does after 3 years, he has to do the same work for 3 years. He might be getting 36 lakhs or something, but he has no idea what he's doing in his life. See, basically, if we take Bangalore as a case study, and we take the records, every 2 minutes software employee is, what do you say, like, is make is create is a suicide case, we can generally say. This is really sad to hear, but this is the case in Bangalore with software field. uh, and whereas the other guy who who tries to make an impact on his field. He chooses entrepreneurship, and he tries to make an industrial like, let it be small scale, like a startup or a large scale, but he has the essence of his study and his field. His interests are paved in a right way, we can say. So uh, I suggest it's your interest whether to take up a job or entrepreneurship. Thank you.
Thanks, Subhash. Payal? Hello. Vishwanath, I hope because of some network issue or something, the participants have left the group and they're not able to speak and continue on this topic. So we would end the section for here. And on Subhash, you can give some feedback.
Varia looks like
We had a small internet glitch.
Yeah, even the participants also have the same issues. They're pinging me saying that, sorry, I could not make it, network issue, sorry, ma'am.
Correct. Because that is the reason that I asked, did I lose you guys or
Yeah,
am I
correct,
audible?
correct. Yeah. So you can give the input on Subhash, then we can end the
Right.
section.
Yeah. Subhash, can you summarize the
Hello. I missed you, sir. Could you repeat your sentence one?
Can you summarize the point on the entrepreneurship? But I understand that it's the individual choice whether they have to go for the employment mode or for an entrepreneur capability, right? Can you summarize, because I also lost something in between?
Yeah. I want to, I could talk upon the points mentioned here.
Yeah, just summarize. No, that's okay.
Yeah. First thing is the interest in which affects our life, or the way we get to, because it's not the society thoughts which make a huge impact on us whether to go in a job or entrepreneurship. Mm, when it comes to work hours means, it may seem like job is 9 to 5. Mm, but the entrepreneurship, we can't predict. It may be 12 to 12 even sometimes. The whole day we should work upon. Entrepreneurship needs a great patience, and it really needs a great, it's a time taking process, because as we know, success is not readily available to all. And okay, that's all I can say.
Right. Okay. Again, we did talked about being entrepreneur as one of the key parameter for any nation to grow. Right. This entrepreneur mindset is very, very important, wherein it indirectly or directly contributes to the growth of any economy. Right. So when I go for some of the guest lectures to a few colleges, a lot of investors, a lot of people are ready to invest on ideas. Small entrepreneurship initiatives have been taken. Again, entrepreneurship, it is not going to be 9 to 5 job. At the same time, the other side of the effect is going to be you may be completely glued to your profession. Again, look at that way, right? When a shop, when a person who is running his agency or a shop or whatever you call it as, right? Even you take an example of a Kirana Dukan guy. So to me, he's an entrepreneur. He does this trading or in a very, very small scale to a particular locality. This entrepreneur, the shop may get opened at 8:30 in the morning, and then he runs it until 10:30 in the morning. He may have the liberty or the privileges to take breaks in between, but it also talks about some kind of a turnover that he or she is looking for that, right? That is one way of looking at it. The other way, how this entrepreneurship, again, it's up to the people. If you ask me, people like me can never be an entrepreneur because I'm very, very poor in that, right? It is, again, as you rightly pointed out, it's the self who got to decide who can be an entrepreneur, who can be who can be a salaried individual or have to perform job, right? Entrepreneurship requires a lot of courage, because at times we may have to go on a losses. At times the profit can be multifold. People will look in always about the profit. Then somebody has undergone the suffering, because from the outside world, it's more of a perception, right? Those can be some of the pointers. And entrepreneurs on the job, right? The exposure in either way, in every area, depending on the field that you are in, will take you to a greater heights. If you ask me, today, a lot of people have become an individual consultant. You take in IT industry, people gain knowledge, they do a consulting approach, they can solve the problem, they can give solutioning to some of the test cases or use cases, and that is again an individual entrepreneurship that these guys are working. They are not tagged to any organizations. While they may continue to share, which is happening in the real time, they act as a consultant, right? That is one way of looking at it. And by doing that, they gain multiple experiences with multiple organizations, multiple people, and so on. Even small scale industries are being equipped or are being backed up by the government. For example, SSI industry on MSc, medium scale edition, right? Depending on the type. For example, in South India, it's so common that people, the women have self-help groups, they create pickle. They make pickle, they make frames, and then they go ahead and sell. They sell it to an agency. From there, people buy it. It's again more of an entrepreneurship model, and it also empowers, household women who can be taking part, and then it nourishes some of the entrepreneurial skill. Again, it all requires time, and it all requires time and education and commitment for anything and everything. All right, entrepreneurship, again, it requires a lot of patience. Patience is a part of any work that you carry out. All right. Uh, some of this, but Subhash, there are enough pointers that we can talk about. But good start, Subhash.
Thank you so much, Vishwanath. I would request Mr. Narasimhan sir to give vote of thanks for the participants and Vishwanath as well.
Yeah, thank you, Maria. At the very outset, I would like to say thanks to Dr. Subhashini, CEO of Raymond's, for creating this platform for the benefit of students, and also the uh, background staff of Raymond's for doing this every day for the sake of the students, and also to the mentor of today, Mr. Vishnath. He's also one of my friend and NHRW member, and also to all the participants for participating in the GD session today. So thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Narasimhan sir. Thanks a lot,
Thank you.
Maria, for giving this
Thank you
wonderful
so much,
opportunity.
Vishwanath sir, to be a part of this, and have a great evening. And I would request my students to just fill this feedback form. We would wait in online for 5 more minutes. You can fill your forms.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all the participants, my dear students. Have a great weekend and take care and be safe. Bye-bye.